perfect. How is everyone? Let me just make sure this is running and everything's all good. Let me just close this, reopen this link. Just grabbing the link and putting it in the chat. Is running and everything's all. Oh, there we go. Copy link. Move that live here. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. How is everyone? Hello, Steph. Hello, J1. Haven't taken a trade yet. The market has been asked. I do agree with that, Steph. There was sort of one opportunity really. Like, I mean, there was a lot of opportunity, but like it was definitely difficult to read today. Definitely. Hello, mate. Hello, Goloff. Hello, like always. Hello. But how is everyone? If you are new to the live, then welcome. Definitely drop a hi in the chat if you are new. What we tend to do on these lives is have a quick catch up, see how everyone is, answer any questions, and then from there, get into the charts, mark them up, come up with a plan. And if you do have any questions throughout, you can always drop a message. Hello, Justine. Hello, Craig. I was swapping around the telegrams today, so I'm splitting the telegrams up. So I've got like one telegram specifically for like new people who want to get involved in the group, and then one for like support. So then it's easy to switch between because sometimes it's like it's different. So so to make it easier and more organized, I'm going to split them up. So that's what's going on with the telegrams today. But yeah, how is everyone? Hello, DZ. Hello. Hello, Lazy Queen. Sean, hello. Hello, Louis. Hello. But yeah, let me know how you found the markets today. Definitely a quite difficult day. I know a lot of people definitely struggled in the markets today, and you know it's all right to have a struggling day. It was definitely hard. I mean, I got into a buy position from this level here, like DCA down, which was nice, but definitely was difficult to catch that. Looking back, I mean, hindsight's 2020, but looking back, this retest here was very nice because we did have a lot of volume to the downside from there. But hindsight's annoying. Yeah, I agree with that, Craig. I do agree. I didn't take a single trade today. Use them due to keep me out of several bad ones, though. Hope you're good, man. That's great to hear, Andy. Really nice. And definitely, if you haven't seen already, take a look at the Fu Manchu guide that I've got on YouTube now. It's like 42 minutes of just pure Fu Manchu goldenness. So that's really good, and I recommend looking through that. Fu Manchu is the indicator I use to like get confirmations on trades, like Andy does, keep out of trades, and then hopefully getting some good ones. Yeah, definitely. It's unfortunate, Craig. I don't believe it. Like, even though I've saw it, I don't believe it. But yeah. Hello, Narash. Hello. Do next fib levels maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna put a poll in. I think tonight I'll put a poll in on the next video. And it'll probably be between fib levels, volume, maybe like a basic sort of market structure one, and then yeah, like let me know in the Discord what you think. I think those I definitely get the most questions probably on volume and Fibonacci, so going over those could be really good as well. I think fibs will be a good one to go over. Just the rules so Big Macs get started. Brick shed. I love that. Hello, Drew. Love the challenge. I learned so much today. Biggest lesson. If I don't understand it, don't do it. 100% made some very silly mistakes, but what support, truly amazing. Amazing, Chris. Absolutely amazing. And then, yeah, that's something which is really important. And Nisi in the group actually does that very well. And Nisi's in the members spotlight. I'm going to do another members spotlight this week, I think tomorrow. But she looks at an idea, and a good few members do this now, which is really good. And they look at an idea, which let's say an educator or me or anyone put in the group, and they'll sort of see if they agree with it, which is very important. And if they don't agree with it and it doesn't make sense with them, then they won't go through with it, which is very important. It builds up such a good knowledge, and it's such a good way to go about things. It really does work. Fib levels, okay. A lot of saying fib levels. TAS, so it very much depends on the day. Some days there'll be none, some days there'll be 3, 4. It depends on the day. You know, we don't force trades. The amount of trades that you take has no bearing, like none, to the amount of money you make. Like, it really doesn't. A lot of the time, the more trades you take, the less profitable you are. So we focus on quality, good setups. I haven't been too active today in the Telegram. I've posted like, I think 2 sort of charts of what I'm kind of looking for, and that's just because the markets haven't been too good today, and that's just it. So yeah, Taj is incredible. I lost on one, but understand why. The why was the real. Yeah, very nice, Narash. That is super important, super important, and understanding as well. There's a few key things when you're entering, when you have a trade and it's a winner. Yeah, great. You've made money. That's brilliant. But on the losing trades, understanding, like trying to understand why it lost and maybe the reasoning you don't enter trades as well is so important. The reasoning not to enter trades is just as important as the reasoning to enter trades. Both equally as important as each other, but a lot of people focus on why to enter a trade and they don't give much time to why they shouldn't enter a trade. There's 2 sides to these markets, you know, so definitely giving time to both is important. Big Rick, there in the, I've got a Fu Manchu video on YouTube. I go over everything in that, mate. LS, again, completely depends on the person. And to be fair, the mentality of, okay, I want to go from this amount to this amount and flip my account over and over, like that's not a good mentality to have in trading. You should focus on the process and the money will come. I could sit here and say, oh yeah, or drop you a message or something and, oh yeah, we'll go from £250 to 5k in 1 week and overhype it, but I'm not going to do that. You know, it takes time. You should focus on the process first, build it up, and then as a byproduct of focusing on the process, you know, following the group, learning from the education, that will come over time. Reese. Hi, sorry, True getting on. Said I wasn't subscribed to comment. Also, okay, good, Katie. Okay, that's all good. All good through. The Reese, you know, when I get a banger, it'll be like 20R anyway. Yeah, 100%. Bottom tick, the king of gold has been questioned. You know, everyone, that's the amazing thing about trading is, you know, everyone has bad days, everyone has good days. The thing which matters is at the end of the week, at the end of the month, are you up? That's the main thing. And so bad days happen. We all have bad days. I've had some incredibly stinker days. And so it happens, you know, trading isn't just one line up. I wish it was, believe me. But it's really not. And again, guys, let me know if you've got any questions, and we'll sort of dive into the charts. I still do have this level on, but I do need to change it a little bit because markets have moved a bit since then. We have took out a pretty significant high. The level on, I think I marked this up on last night's live. I think it was on last night's live. Was respected perfectly. So you can go back and look at the previous live, look at that level was there, and pretty much the plan from yesterday did happen, which is nice. But we did keep moving to the upside, kind of just wading away to the upside. Nice trend line here. I did have this buy level on today. Unfortunately, we did wick through. We didn't close through it on the 5 minutes, so it was still, you know, the opportunity was there. But yeah, pretty annoying. And let's see what else we can sort of come up with. Can I ask you about risk, please? Craig explained it to me, but I want to get it clear that I understand correctly. So if we have 0.2 lot trade with a stop loss of £35 and £35 profit is 1R. Yeah, exactly, Lady H, exactly. So if you risk, let's use your example, £35 on one trade. When you are running in profit 1R, that means you're running 1 times the amount of risk, okay? In this case, you've risked £35. So when you're running 1R, you're £35 in profit. If you're running 2R, 1 to 2, you're running £70 in profit, etc., etc., etc. So I think you have got it. TS for basics, yes, but I'm gonna be honest, most stuff you see out there regarding trading is really crap. You know, in this group we tell you the truth. We tell you how the market's actually like how our profitable trader is actually built. And so most of the information you see in the trading space, unfortunately, is just complete and utter garbage. And that's just the way it is. So definitely be careful with the information you're ingesting, because you can build up pretty bad habits. Again, if there was, and something important to yes, there's sort of two ways to go about trading. One of them is pure technical, which is what most people go down, and then it goes into more fundamental sort of positional trading. Now, when you're looking at pure technicals, there's no best system, doesn't exist. Okay, if there was a really good system out there, like that was perfect, okay, its edge over time would be diminished as more people use it. Okay, that has happened countless times in history, and so if someone had a perfect system which you could follow like step by step, completely mechanical, they wouldn't reveal it because the edge would be diminished over time, and that's why there's such like incredibly strong laws regarding that type of thing. And so that doesn't happen. What makes a technical system truly profitable is your discretionary ability to use it, to know when to use it and when not to use it, and building up that trading knowledge over time. That's what actually makes it profitable, and baby pips and all these other trading things won't say that, but that is just trading. As you go more into fundamentals, you can make it a bit more mechanical, as you can't really argue with the market drivers. So yeah. Even though, hello Craig, hello. But, you know, systems can be easier to profit with if they clearly highlight where the discretion is in the system and keep as much objective as possible, and focus on risk management, trade management, etc. Totally agree with this. I'm in a copy trading group, and their TP's ones are only 10 to 20 pips, yeah, but risk 100 pip stop loss. Then they say it's your mindset. If you do it, make money. Big difference in your group. 100%, Reto, 100%. A lot of and now this is why when someone asks me like what's the best tips in trading and stuff like this, I feel like a certain way saying mindset, because that is objectively very important in trading, but a lot of people use that as an excuse to why you following their trades and their signals aren't working. No, mindset is going to make a 0.1 risk to reward trade a good idea, really. Like that just that's not how it works. And so they do like to blame those types of things because it is an easy thing to blame, but it doesn't take away from the fact that mindset is still important, but they kind of weaponize it, and yeah, it's not good. Yeah, discipline's incredibly important. Being in golden mo here, it has to be like a waterfall when it moves 5 pips. Yeah, most groups are not very good. Are not very good at all. You do split in my messages. Craig is fantastic. What I need to get my head around is if I take partials by closing 0.01 lots at 1R, then how much will I need before I am at 2R? So you can still run at 2R. I mean, when you're taking off your positions, it depends on your total position. But I think still, so basically, okay, let's say you've got a, to make it easy, I'm going to use 10 lots, but let's say you've got a 10 lot position, a 10 lot buy position, and you're risking $1,000, okay? Now, if that trade runs 1-to-1 risk to reward, okay, 1R, you're up $1,000. You're $1,000 in profit. Now, if you take a portion of your position off there and the trade runs 2R, like 1-to-2 risk to reward, then that you're still taking the figure that you risked on the position, $1,000. So when it's running $2,000 in profit, if you had kept the full position on, kind of gets a bit convoluted when you start taking partials, then that's when you're at 2R. It's the best thing to do, Lady H, is to put the trade actually on your chart. So for example, use the trade tool on TradingView and actually put it on your chart, and then put your stop loss where your stop loss is. And then you can see here, this little number here, risk to reward ratio. If you're, let's say you're in this this trade here, and your stop loss is here. Okay, when price is there, let's say this candle here, okay, you're running near enough 1 risk to reward, 1R. Now, when the trade's up here, you're running 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. You're running 1.5R. Like, that's the easiest way to do it, just to have a visual representation on your chart. Guys say it's flying and gold moved $2. Yeah, especially in this market. I mean, in this market, it's so easy. This is why, you know, calculating things in terms of pips really isn't the way to go. Because in this market with this level of volatility, especially what we've seen over the past 2 months, I mean, volatility on gold literally hit, like, had stayed at all-time high. Like, it was the most volatile gold had ever been. It moves like 100 pips every 10 seconds. Like, the moves were crazy. So getting a 100 pip move on gold, like, it really wasn't, it's nothing crazy. Like, every 5-minute candle is 100 pips. And so, yeah. Like 1,000. Yeah, Reese, I agree. Yeah, definitely. And that's why calculating things in terms of pips, like, probably isn't the best, because, like, if you've got, if you're always using, excuse me, let me have a drink. If you're always using a 20 pip stop loss, then when the market gets extremely volatile, that 20 pip stop loss is going to get absolutely ruined, and it's just going to get chopped up in the market, and so you need to, like, you know, adapt to the market. This is something I mentioned in the VWAP video. Adapting to the market conditions you're in is so important, okay? Like, being completely mechanical, doing the same thing every single day. Yes, there's a few things you should. For example, marking up your charts, checking news, journaling your trades. You know, there's a lot of things you need to maintain discipline on. But then in terms of your system, you need to adapt over time. That doesn't mean jumping ship. That means adapting based on data, not emotions. After a bad day, don't jump system. After your data, through your journaling and your trade history, suggests, okay, I expected my max drawdown or max daily drawdown or whatever to be this. We're clearly out of the risk profile that I analysed. Okay, maybe I need to switch things up here. This clearly isn't what I signed up for, if that makes sense. Thank you. Just understand visual better. Yeah, definitely. I want to thank Craig and Jay for some great signals and giving fantastic support today. Love that, Lady H. Yeah, shout out to everyone. I mean, Brandon was a bit late to the group. I thought he was in the group and thought he was an admin. We've got so many different Brandons in the group. I think we've got like 30 Brandons. I don't even know. But yeah, so slight error there, but it's sorted and fixed now. It's about increased stop loss, but anticipation of further travel if price hopefully in our direction. Smaller lots. I think having a set pound amount that you risk on a trade. Let's say you've got an idea. Okay, you've got a trade idea. You think gold is going to bounce from this level here. That's your idea. Okay. Now, you should place a stop loss where that idea becomes invalidated. So you think it's going to bounce here. If it comes down here, let's say. If it comes down here, your idea's invalidated, okay? You expected price to bounce there. It didn't. You're out the trade. When that stop loss gets hit, that risk amount, let's say you're risking $1,000 on the trade, you have that to play with. Excuse me. So you can, instead of entering the full position, so you're risking $1,000 straight away, you can enter a small amount of the position, so then you're only risking, let's say, $400. Then when we come down more, you can add to it. Then when we come down more, you can add to it. And or what you can do is you can increase that stop loss without changing the lot sizes. And let's say you're risking $600. You could move it down here, and then you're risking the $1,000 because you've had a wider stop loss. But you're still risking that $1,000. You don't want to go over that risk. The risk that you outline for an idea, you don't want to go against that, because then that leads to over risking, and that's obviously not good. Baby pips can be good for the basics, but let me know if you've got any questions on the basics of trading. I'll happily run through it. Literally, Craig. Yeah, exactly. Hope he doesn't mess anything up. 2 times on my 400 account, £63 profit. Nice, because stop loss lower lots and trailed 80 pips behind the volatile markets. Love that, KT. That is spoken like a true trader. That is, identifying the volatility in the market, trailing the stop loss, using a lower lot size, so you've got more breathing room. Like, seriously, nice work, KT. Really nice. Due to slippage, I went into a minus. Does that count as one losses for me? If it's basically break even, then we'll count it as break even. Obviously, if it's getting close to like what you'd consider a loss, then would count it as a loss. But I'll have leeway. What do you mean? What's a goon order blocker? I don't use order blocks, fair value gaps, sort of SMC concepts. And anyone else? Yeah, there's another update. Oh, we've been getting so much cool stuff sorted for the event. There's going to be another sort of update with the event. Again, same location and date and everything like that, same venue, but there's a few things which are going onto it to make it better and more easily organized for everyone here. And so it should be really, really good. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I did not anticipate, and it would have been a lot smoother, but I did not anticipate the amount of people to show interest in coming as what did. And so yeah, pretty crazy, but it should be really good. It's gonna be a fun one. Yeah, I don't use ICT. ICT is from what I've seen, an unprofitable trader. He's failed like every single challenge he's done. I'm pretty sure he's admitted that he doesn't make money trading. Whenever you ask him about money, he mentions how much money he's made off courses. And so yeah, I don't follow any ICT concepts. And so yeah. Any guests famous coming Max? That's something which I would like to do in the future. So we will have educators there, which we've got a few cool things planned. But I definitely think leaving it a sort of surprise. We're gonna have a good day. It's a day to just connect with members in person, see each other, see that this is a real thing. These people are they're real. Like, I think this was a pretty cool thing which happened at the last event. The most common thing was definitely like, this is real, like I'm here, this is real. And so bridging the online space to in person is so it really does. I don't know, it's weird for your mentality seeing in person. It's definitely for me seeing everyone in person, like seeing members and thinking, okay, we got on a screen you see like 2,000 people and it's like, okay, 2,000, but then you see everyone in person, you're like, what? 2,000 people is actually that's a fair amount of people. And so it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. And yeah, some big personalities in the group as well. Definitely. The last event was really, really funny. So we've got some really, really good people in the group. So it's definitely going to be a laugh. And yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be really good. What do you mean, Drew? I'm gonna pop round to Citibank and go have there. That would be good, DB. A little trading floor seminar. Never had access to the private signals, joined in January and not done one trade yet. How do I get access? Karen, message me. Today I have been like, there's been a lot of messages today because we've just done the challenge and everything like that, and I have been doing a fair amount today. But definitely drop me a message, like all capitals, and I'll definitely I'll sort that directly after the live. Hello, Darren. Fixed range volume profile, I use, it's pretty much standard, but I've increased the amount of rows. So if we go to inputs, I've increased row size to 200. Outside of that, it's the exact same. Alex, you're funny, man. But yeah, the trading space is full of interesting characters, but it is becoming a bit like better. The funniest things I see are definitely when people try and like cheat prop firms and they try and say to you, okay, instead of having one account, what you do is you have 6 accounts and you do this, and you can kind of make the maths look kind of legit, and they try and pitch it as like this like infinite money glitch. When you actually do the maths, like, it doesn't work like that at all. But people try and pitch it as that. It's interesting. And then the YouTubers that they come out with, like, every single like trading YouTuber has got that standard like beginners to profitability, and they're sat there like super serious face. There's a chart going up, and it's like a 7-hour video. Every single trading YouTuber has that video. I find that hilarious, and all of the thumbnails are the exact same. I find that so funny. I was doing a bit of 3 days ago. I was doing some like market research for because I'm going into like more social media stuff now as well. Trying to go into that, and like trading social media, and yeah, it's funny. I was having a good laugh. Andy, that's funny. Practice. Yeah, definitely, Andy. I mean, anyone can do it, regardless of, you know, what age, this, that, and the other. Look, I hate change, okay? I want to wake up and wear the same thing, eat the same food, like, do the same thing. I don't really like doing different things, okay? It is annoying, but it's just, you just have to, like, and that's where the discipline comes into. You don't want to, but you just kind of got to go for it, and yeah, it is a pain. It's definitely one of the most annoying things. I wish, you know, you could just like find something and then you don't have to change it ever, and you just make money forever. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. A photo taken with an edge. 100%. We're going to have like a little photo area if you do want to, because we're going to have like Coles Trades t-shirts and stuff. And I think it's sort of, you know, a memorable time. You know, we all spend a lot of time in the community talking to each other. And so like, it's sort of a big thing, seeing each other in person. So like photos and stuff to sort of remember the occasion. I'll definitely be taking loads. One thing is, if you come into the event and you don't want to be filmed or anything like that, just let us know. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. And yeah. New candles. Chief, so the problem there is you're probably using the wrong price data. So I'd imagine that I don't know what price data you're using, but probably use Awanda's or Vantage's price data, and then it'll come up, because some CFD price, like brokers' price data, don't reveal volume, and so it doesn't reveal on the chart. So it's probably the price data. So to fix that, just go to the pair in the top left, or on mobile in the bottom left, and then just search for XAUUSD. You see here XAUUSD, and then either use like Vantages or Awanda's. Awanda's is probably the best. There'll be a new challenge recorded for you. Alex, I look forward to it. I like that. Mentorship scamming. I like that. Million not done before in the trading space. It hasn't. I do know a guy that was, I remember I sold this story a good while ago now. By the way, guys, if you do enjoy the live stream, double tapping the screen and liking the live does help spread it around. But when I lived in the building next door now, and when I moved in, there was this like quite flamboyant Italian guy next door. And he made a lot of money. He had a really cool business. What his business was basically he would find influencers, like micro influencers, and partner them up with a brand. And so he was very well connected with a bunch of different like small brands. And so what he would do is he had like a team who would reach out to, you know, small influencers that were gaining traction and be like, look, you're gaining traction. How would you like to monetize your platform? We feel this brand aligns with what you want to do. And then they partner them up. He takes like a small cut on the back end, and he just did that, and he had like over 8,000 different creators working with him, which was a really, really cool business model, to be honest. And so, yeah, he made a lot of money, and then he was really into trading as well. So one night, it was like 4 in the morning, okay? I remember it's particularly because I was voice noting members, so I was like, I always walk around when I'm voice noting members. So I was walking around my apartment like voice noting, and then I get this knock on the door, And I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's 4 in the morning. And I open my door, and then there's this like Italian guy there and his girlfriend. I had never met them in my entire life, never seen them before this point, and they were just like, we're having some food. Do you want to come for some food? And I was like, what? Like, I'm confused. I put on my shoes and I went because their apartment was just next door. And then we got talking about trading and stuff like this. And he had taken an account from like, I think it was like $5,000 to like $500,000. But he had also taken many, many accounts from like 10, 50K to zero. Like he was a full-on gambler. But yeah, that's the closest example I can give. But yeah, crazy guy. Super nice though. Closest you get to 100 to a million is by buying a 0.1 lot. Pray it goes up and layer slowly gambling. Yeah, literally. And then like after 10 years, Alex, you might be close. You might be close. Yeah. 200 to minus 1 million challenge. Telling me it was about that night. Seems a long time ago. Yeah, Katie, it was a really interesting night. I need to like reach out to him because he was actually a like really nice but crazy guy. Like, yeah, I wouldn't go out with him because I don't know what he's getting up to, but I'd happily go for some food with him and sort of network because he makes a lot of money as well. And yeah, I did try a few times. I did sort of speak to him and try to get him to sort of move into actual trading. He didn't want to do that. Yeah, it was a crazy time. Okay, let's get into the charts then. Sorry for a bit of a side note. We always go on tangents. Let me just make sure. Last couple of weeks broke my ankle and now home, ready to dive back in. Missed the community. Not nice, Jordan, that you're back home ready to dive back in. Definitely drop me a message, Jordan. Let's catch up. And I hope your ankle's all right and everything, mate. That's not good at all. But I guess it must be nice working abroad, especially this time of year. I can't. Well, yeah, exactly, Alex. Yeah, exactly. And they're used, like, a lot of people don't realise something which, I remember I had this conversation, like, a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people give too much weight to pixels. And so when people show things, like, it grabs attention. And look, I show, you know, in adverts and stuff like supercars and this and that and the other. But definitely, you know, a lot of things in the space. And this happens a lot. So a bit of sort of insight into what goes on in any space. So not just the trading space, in any space. A lot of it is run now through, not, I'm going to say venture capital, but like kind of like shoddy venture capital, if that makes sense. So it's very popular in the trading space, in the YouTube space, for venture capitalists to buy YouTube channels. They find a YouTube channel which is doing well, and then they buy the YouTube channel, hire the sort of guy who runs the YouTube channel as a face, as like an employee of the company. Maybe they hold a few shares in the company, etc. And then they like redo the editing team. They sort of increase the monetization and just treat it like a business. They go in and they take apart the business, really lean it out and make it a profit machine. And this has been going on for a long time in the YouTube space. Not a lot of people know that goes on, but it happens in any space. In terms of, for example, the trading space, what people do is they find someone who maybe has something about them, and then they'll say, okay, look, I'll pay for this, and this, to make your life look this, and this. And we'll sort out all of these things. And it's not them who's doing it. It's someone in the background who takes like 60-70% of revenue. And yeah, it's not their actual lifestyle, if that makes sense. Some people do genuinely live that lifestyle, but yeah, something to keep in mind. I find it interesting. Look at a trillionaire day trader in Dubai. Is that the next vlog? Okay, so let's take a look at the charts. Let's actually go into it. If you are new to the live, then we do normally go off on a few tangents, I have to say. But if you do have any questions regarding trading crypto, the private group, then please let me know. And of course, you can get access to the private group on the YouTube description. Drop me a message. I'll personally respond. We'll get you onboarded into the group. We're the only community who's doing in-person events in the trading space right now. No other community is doing in-person events to the scale that we are doing, not a single one. If that doesn't scream trust, transparency in the community that you should be a part of, then I don't know what else would. Also, we've got signals, analysis, courses, community, you know, private funding service, everything you need. But let's zoom out. So let's go to the 1 hour. Still can't believe that drop. Major. Okay, let's pull some fibs. Make sure this is all good. Okay, 618 does line up with these previous highs here. That looks quite nice. Let's put on session volume range profile. Nothing really lines up with the... I mean, we could... I want to make sure I get this sort of dead on. Okay, we do have a naked point of control and a golden pocket there. Let me just get rid of this. Make sure that's there. Yeah, perfect. Put this on. Okay, just because we're approaching this level quite quickly. Let's do this. Pull this. Let me zoom in a bit. Go to the 24-minute now. I'm on the 24-minute. I do jump around time frames quite a bit. Zoom in for more information, zoom out for less information, but a clearer picture. So we've got golden pocket plus naked point of control. Naked point of control is the highest volume node of a previous level. It's obviously going to be important, as that's where a lot of transactions took place on that particular day. So when we revisit it, there's chances are going to be some type of reaction from there. Where's 5K? Didn't quite hit 5K. It's obviously a big level. If we do close above 5K, then that does show a lot of bullish momentum. Do have 0.886 to 0.5 up here. That's something to take note of. Let's remove session volume profile. Let's put on VWAP, see where this is. We do also have a VWAP close just above this level as well. Definitely something to take note of. Actually, I'm going to switch this and go that way just because I actually prefer the VWAP level. I think it's more precise. There we go. Perfect. And then red levels, I'm looking for sells. Green levels, I'm looking for buyers. Perfect. Let's get rid of these now. If you want to know more about the event, drop me a message. My voice keeps going. Drop me a message and I'll explain about that. Everyone who's filled in the type form, I'll sort of send you through X, Y, and Z. But it's on the 28th, London, Canary Wharf. And then I'll send you the location privately. And then when you turn up to the event, we'll have like there's like a door, like security door, whatever. And there'll be people there like to get the confirmation and then give you like a sticker with like your Discord name on. You don't have to have your Discord name on if you don't want to, but I'd recommend it so then everyone knows who you are from the Discord. And then you come in, chairs, whatever, I'll say hi, and yeah. I mean, eyeing up VWAP too. Nice. Craig Fluence. We love a bit of Craig Fluence. We haven't actually hit VWAP. I mean, we came very close, but I haven't actually hit this VWAP. I do want to take off. I reset my settings because I was doing another video regarding VWAP. So I don't want to use these bands. I just want standard VWAP on. The fact that we haven't touched it during New York is very interesting. Normally we do, like probably 19 out of 20 times we hit VWAP during New York. So it's interesting how we haven't. That does show a lot of bullish pressure to the upside. So it's definitely telling. So all good, Darren. How's the day been? Bouncers, yeah, literally. Canary stayed at Charrington Tower last year. Okay, nice, Louis. Yeah, sounds good. And if you do, if you do like struggle getting there or anything like that, then let me know, and we can sort of sort it out. And yeah. 4 a.m. Cell Club Craig. This level was, it wasn't quite 4 a.m. It was more like 1 a.m. But yeah, I think 4 a.m. Club, I think it's on the horizon. Full port cells level, getting my limits on as we speak. Darren, be careful. Hit VWAP. So VWAP is this blue line here. VWAP is volume weighted average price. It's similar to an EMA, but an EMA is weighted towards the most recent candlesticks, either the candlestick close, the open, or the average price of the candlestick, depending on what settings you have. But most people are familiar with an EMA. A VWAP is similar, but it's weighted towards volume and it resets at the start of each day. So normally, if price is above VWAP, it will try and hold VWAP as support, and normally it's a bullish day. If we are below VWAP, then normally it's a bearish day because that VWAP acts as a sort of ceiling. So you can see here below VWAP, normally when we have a move away from VWAP, we come back and tag it. This was part of the reason I entered this trade here. This was a sell position that was a sell trade idea that was given in the group, and that was from the VWAP. And you can see when we're above VWAP, we tend to trend to the upside. When we're below, we tend to trend to the downside. We do use it as support a lot as well. See slight resistance. There we are on the 24 minutes. These are quite sizable moves. Support there, resistance there, support there, resistance here, kind of a ranging day there, support there, resistance over here. Like it is a very nice indicator to use. Let me zoom out here. And by the way, guys, if you do have any questions regarding trading, regarding the trading space as a whole, or anything like that, please don't hesitate to drop me a message, drop a comment on here, and I'll happily answer. I do go live every night, Sunday to Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time. So if this is your first live, hopefully we'll catch you in the next one as well. Every live is very different. Sometimes we go on crazy tangents. Sometimes we stay focused on trading, depending on who's here, really. So yeah. Never knew about the blue line. Yeah, Ryan, it is really, really nice. I do use it quite a bit, actually. You'll see quite a few of my levels do have VWAP. So there's two ways I use VWAP. Either just VWAP in terms of dynamic support and resistance. This is VWAP. Or I use it where VWAP has closed. So you can see here, VWAP closes, like VWAP jumps to price at the start of each day. And the point at which VWAP jumps from can be a nice level. I haven't seen anyone else use this before, but yeah, it seems to work quite nicely. Simon, so this is, if we go into indicators and we go into session volume profile HD, this is it, session volume profile HD. Proved opinions. Louis, I have seen that. I should probably look into it more, but I've seen regarding a lot of different things, a few things regarding crypto, a few things regarding Bill Gates, a lot regarding Bill Gates, quite a lot on Elon, quite a lot on everyone. Like everyone at sort of the top of society has sort of come out, and you can really see why those they've been trying to keep those files hidden for so long. You really, really can. And part of it was, I thought, I'm very not into like conspiracy theories. Like, I find them interesting, but I think the world's a lot simpler than people lead it to believe. I think people's creativity goes wild and people come up with these elaborate conspiracy theories. But I think a lot of the time the world's a lot simpler than that. And in reality, you just follow the money and you can find the answers. That normally is how I sort of look at things. But with the, I don't even know if I should say the name on YouTube. I don't really want to get banned. But with those particular files that you mentioned, it's definitely interesting how a lot of sort of conspiracy theories, if you are into that thing, have sort of come to light. Very, very, very interesting. Very. And how pretty much everyone's tried to cover it up. It's actually crazy. Like, it doesn't, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, yeah, that's a good point, Craig. The session volume profile does. I'm pretty sure most volume indicators do require a subscription. You can sort it for free. You don't have to use it, but yeah. Too much info not to believe. I agree with that, Louis. Damn, Tate was right. Consumes my life. I mean, I do find it particularly interesting. And let us know your thoughts on sort of, let us know your thoughts on sort of various conspiracy theories and what you do think of those particular files. If you've got a sort of opinion on it, I think everyone sort of finds it quite interesting. So let me know your opinions on it. I think it is very interesting, and it does, impact the markets in which we trade. Now, if something comes out regarding, for example, Trump, or regarding this, it could lead to an impeachment. It could, all of these crazy things. And so it really does impact the markets which we do trade. And so yeah, I think it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. From Trump to Musk, those people are messed up. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I need to look into that more. I haven't had the time really. I've seen everything's been coming out, but the Elon thing is particularly crazy, considering his sort of vocal stance on the whole Epstein situation. For him to then, emails come out of him asking to go to the island. He said to everyone he refused, and then emails came out of him asking to go. Like, what? You didn't refuse to go. You were denied access. Like, there's a bit of a difference, okay? I have to meet up. I think I'm one of those mad people. I look forward to it, Louis. I look forward to it. I do like exploring various ideas and things. So yeah, there was emails with some Bitcoin whales I saw, but could have been AI. That's something which is super important as well. There are A, there's a lot of things in crypto, but B, if you'll see this a lot as well. People will, because especially on like X, people have anonymous accounts. It's very easy to fabricate emails and documents which didn't actually come from the files, okay? Most people aren't looking at the files that were actually released. They're looking at the files which people purport on. And so a lot of people will use AI to make files that didn't actually exist, to include things just to make the story more interesting. I bet, if we haven't already, I'll be very surprised if there aren't files from the Epstein file coming out regarding some small crypto coin that are pushed out everywhere that are actually completely fabricated to pump, or vice versa, dump a particular crypto coin. If it came out that, for example, there was a huge cohort of people who were holding XRP, let's say, and they were manipulating the price and everything like that, and they held a majority of the supply, and they were plotting everything. If those emails came out, then that would dump the price significantly. So there's huge financial incentive to print those fake emails and fake documents, and so definitely be careful with everything you see. Everything. We're in a world now where you can't even trust what you see with your own eyes. It's quite scary. This morning said that they released the best of the files. Imagine what the other 3,000 files hold. I'm pretty sure there's more than that, Katie. I heard figures that there was like 1 million files. I'm pretty sure it's far, far, far more than a few thousand. Like, I don't understand how you can have millions of files on someone. How much did this guy do? It's crazy. I work in a prison that's full of those kind of people. They are literally, there is literally nothing they won't do to cover up what they have been doing. Yeah, I mean, very interesting insight as well. Something which is cool. Working in a prison and being around people like that, you've definitely got a different opinion to probably most people. Most people aren't around those types of people. Most people have never been to a prison before or never spoke to people in that environment, and so you can see it from definitely a different perspective, which is really cool. Crazy world on X. It definitely is, Ryan. People would move more into gold wouldn't they? I mean, the crypto sort of market cap compared to gold, like crypto is still very much a baby compared to gold. And no, so gold isn't a speculative asset. So basically, when the world is very, very good and inflation's low, things are going well, okay, people are going to diversify their portfolio into more speculative assets. For example, what happened during COVID? A lot of people were getting a lot of money from their job. They were chilling at home. You know, they were getting their stimulus money or whatever, and they didn't know what to do. Like, they just had this loads of money as the economy was just injected with loads of money. And so what happened? Bitcoin and crypto rallied because people had money on the side to invest in more speculative assets. So when people have extra money and the world is in a good place, kind of, it wasn't in COVID, but you get what I mean, the economy's doing well, and people have more money, then they're more likely to diversify into more speculative assets. Therefore, crypto goes up. And gold, not being a speculative asset, probably just stay the same, maybe trend down a bit, range. Whereas if the world is going to shit, excuse the language, and everyone's panicking and everything like that, then people aren't going to have the spare funds to invest into speculative assets like crypto. They want to store their money in somewhere secure, so they're going to go to gold. So it's more like the inverse. Like and subscribe, folks. I appreciate that, Drew. And if you haven't already, dropping the stream a like does help spread the live around. Old money doesn't fully trust crypto yet for gold reason. At least gold is physical. Very, very true. Yeah, I mean, it's very true. But more people are coming around to it. More sort of old money and sort of the actual whales are coming around to crypto, and they do see the value in crypto. Liquidity is so important. I really can't highlight enough how like big liquidity is. Being able to get in and out of a market quickly, transfer money quickly from anywhere in the world is such a huge thing. Banks are a pain, okay? They are difficult, especially if you try and transfer like not even that much money internationally. It's a pain. Whereas crypto is really nice. You know, there's no questions. It's really good. And so I think they are coming around to it, okay? So yeah, but we'll see. It's still the Wild West. I do believe in crypto. I do very much like it. When I say crypto, it's I don't like to book it all crypto together. Bitcoin has proven itself time and time again. It has a use case. A lot of people use it. It has been seen as a store of value. Think of how much crap we've seen this year with everything from tariffs to wars to invasions of countries to literal leaders of countries getting taken out of their country to electrical outages. I'm talking over the past like couple of years. And Bitcoin has fared very, very well, like very well. That screams to me store of value. Whereas the rest of the crypto space is still pretty not good, in my opinion. Hello, Sam. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, XR2. Love an XR2. Banks are adopting adverts everywhere. Sports clubs are getting sponsorship details. It's everywhere. Yeah, crypto definitely is. I mean, crypto, there's so much money in marketing of crypto. So much. I mean, F1 is, I mean, they're pretty much, every single F1 team is pretty much exclusively sponsored by crypto companies at this point. So yeah, it's definitely, it's coming round to it. Lind, eventually Bitcoin will go back up. Yes, I'm bullish on it long term. Golden pocket. Yes, Sarah. So a golden pocket, if we go here, we'll go over here and we'll explain it over here. Okay. Oh, let me just, I accidentally clicked off the live. Let me just go back on it. So there we go. So a golden pocket is a Fibonacci level between the 0.618 level and the 0.65 level. Now, how you get this on your chart is you use the Fibonacci retracement tool here. looks like this. You can get it on your chart by going to the left of your chart and going to the third box down. And what it looks like is this. Okay, I normally don't have the 382 on. And so golden pocket is, let me put this on. Boom. Boom. There we go. So golden pocket is between the 0.618 level and the 0.65 level. And basically what it shows is a nice retracement in price. Okay. And this is something that a lot of people hear Fibonacci and they think, oh yeah, it's just some magical number that doesn't have any relevance to it. And that isn't the case. This is basically statistical analysis. And that's what it's called. There's a few different types of analysis. There's technical analysis, there's fundamental analysis, there's situational analysis, and there's statistical analysis, okay? There's all those different types. A lot of the time you'll only hear about fundamental and technical, but statistical analysis, situational analysis, all of these are used in trading. Actually, the Robbins Cup winner, he won the Robbins Cup like 5 years in a row. He uses, in his system, he uses a lot of situational analysis. So, for example, an example of situational analysis is what I said on VWAP. If VWAP hasn't been touched during Asia session, then chances are during New York, when New York opens, price will gravitate towards the VWAP. We can see this majority of days that happens, okay? That's a situational analysis. Now, going back to Fibonacci, statistical analysis, if we were to plot a, this is how I describe it. If we were to plot a bell curve on the chart, and bell curves come up all over in trading, for example, volume profiles. If we just pull a volume profile, when I explain volume profile, I do go over this, but we can see here, what does this look like? It's the exact same. Bell curve showing up. Basically showing a nice distribution, basically, to keep things simple. Okay, and if we were... Mr. C analysis, yeah, that's in a field of its own. But yeah, so if we were to plot, if we anticipate price, I want to explain the reasoning behind, which I think is important. If we want to, so basically, when price is moving to the upside, if we anticipate it to continue to move to the upside, okay, there is a percentage pullback. So the amount of pullbacks that are, let's say, 20%. Okay, excuse the writing. So we're in an uptrend. The times that price pulls back 20% from the low to the high, it happens like quite a bit. Okay, and then the amount that it pulls back 50% before continuing, 50%, is also a lot. And then we've got here, which is 61%. So by there, we can assume that if the trend will continue, it's a statistical anomaly for price to continue to reverse and pull back that much. Again, it's a statistical anomaly for price to pull back more than that amount. So therefore, we can infer that buy positions at that level is a good idea if we anticipate the trend to continue. So that's why it's basically quite strong. And if we go back to fib here, this is what a fib looks like. And to actually pull a fib, all you do is you find a high, you find a low. To get buy positions, you pull it from the low to the high, and then you get Fibonacci levels. If you want to mark up sell positions, you just pull it from a high to a low. So for example here, pull it from this high to this low. And then we've got fib levels. You can see the golden pocket got hit there, perfect bounce. 0.5 level got hit there, perfect bounce. Like it does work quite a lot. And the best way to learn this, like the best way to learn majority of things, is to mark up some Fibonacci levels. Do not be afraid of getting it wrong. Everyone gets things wrong. And just mark it up, send it in the Discord, okay? And then me and members will take a look at it and we'll see where you've got wrong, where you've got right. You go away, you do it again, you go again. You go away, you do it again, you go again, okay? And eventually, you'll be posting your fib levels and everyone will be like, yeah, that's a fib level. That's a good markup. And that's how you really learn. What is that me? I mean, fair play, Curtis. That's pretty good. Star trader withdrawals are in crypto. Yeah, I mean, from a trading point of view as well, I think getting a crypto wallet and doing your deposits and withdrawals in crypto is super nice. Like, it means you can literally deposit and withdraw within the same minute, pretty much. Like, it takes, if you're using USDT via TRC20 network, you can deposit and it shows up in 10 seconds. You can withdraw, and again, it shows up in normally like a minute. So it is really good for again, liquidity. So yeah, I think it's important. Yeah, literally, Graham. Heath. So first off, congratulations on completing the mile every day. For those who don't know, Heath in the community, he ran a mile every single day for charity, a charity that was very close to him as well. So massive shout out to Heath, absolutely smashed it. Yeah, massive congratulations. And then VWAP is the same on every time frame. So for example, VWAP is currently here. If we go on to the 1 hour, it's still there. If we go on to the 1 minute, it's still there. It's the exact same on every time frame, mate. Well done, Heath. Yeah, definitely. Learn here a lot. Yeah, nice. Nice, Kurt. Some new every live. Love that, Katie. Definitely something which is which I do like, and it does show the breadth of knowledge in the trading space. Trading, there's so much in trading, like so much, and there's a lot of times where you know, I have to keep things relatively simple. So you know, we've got a lot of new people here. I don't want to, you know, scare people off or bring up more questions. But it goes even deeper, okay? It's crazy, okay? And you don't need to learn all of that to be profitable, 100%. You can keep it simple and you can be profitable. But to really take it to that next level and just have a profound knowledge, which just is unwavering in its ability to make you money every single month, then that's when you go down that sort of rabbit hole. But you definitely don't need it, but I find it interesting anyway. Hello, Smithy. Good to have you. How you been, Smithy? Nice one, Heath. Yeah, smashed it. If you didn't see, Heath, he was uploading on Facebook and Instagram like videos throughout his run, like updates each day. Even my mom and dad would send them to me and be like, Heath's still going, this, that, and the other. Like massive shout out to Heath. London School of Economics, mate. Knowledge is insane. I appreciate that, DB. I appreciate that. That will 100%. C-Dog's got an unbelievable knowledge. I've been speaking to C-Dog now for, I don't know actually, probably like a year and a half now. And yeah, like not only is he, I really like it. He's just so professional and really just cuts to the point. But yeah, his knowledge is outstanding. He had a mentor in the space. I don't know how long ago this was, and definitely started him on the right track. And you know, he's got an unbelievable knowledge, and he is releasing his sort of updated version of his section soon. I do definitely recommend. I'll be doing a live stream on Thursday actually, where I break down more of his stuff. If you're not in the group yet, I think it'll be interesting to see. If you are in the group, it'll also be interesting to see. But just going through his sections and actually showing what is actually in there and what it means. And that's something I'm going to do on Thursday night. I think it's super, super, super interesting. Like, it really, really is. And the knowledge there is pretty, is crazy. And I think who it will blow your mind. Chief, yeah. It will blow your mind. Summed up perfectly. Hello, Jason. Trying to work, but head just above the water. Thought I'd pop my head in here. Nice, Smithy. It's always good to see you, Smithy. Hope work isn't too much. Big up, Cog. Yeah, amazing. He's the group's quant. That's how I describe it. So yeah, you're definitely not finding that anywhere. There's so much in the group that you really can't find anywhere else. Like, When I mean anywhere else, I mean like anywhere on YouTube, anywhere. And Sea Dog stuff you really like, you really can't find anywhere else. I believe so. I'm unsure. It's unconfirmed yet if he will. But he did say he would try. So I know Brandon's going to be there, Brandon Educator, which is going to be good. Ben's going to be there. Adam's going to be there. But I'm unsure. I need to check back in. He knows about the event. He knows when it's going on, etc. So we'll see. It would be amazing to get him there. I hope to get as many people there as we can. So yeah, I'll definitely check in with that. I haven't. Me and C-Dog have been going through a lot of things. I need to re-message him about that. Actually, that'd be really, really good. Okay, I like this level. Let's go. I'm just sort of eyeing up this here. I don't like the fact that this is below VWAP. I feel like if we do break back below, chances are we'll continue down further. So I'm not hugely sold on that level. Where's daily open, man? Why is daily open so far away from all these levels? I love trading a daily open. It's so nice, but when it's that far away, we just can't. It's very very annoying. Previous daily there. Not much is lining up in terms of the buy side, really. And if we drop this trend, I don't really want to be entering buys anyway. Let's see if we can find anything. We do have a previous daily open from ages ago. I suppose we do have this previous high, previous low, previous high. It's worth marking up, actually. It's worth marking up. So this is golden pocket plus previous daily open, open plus prev highs. God, I can't even type. Okay, there we go. Let's get this in here. I'm not a huge fan of this one. Definitely isn't the nicest. Okay, let's make this green. There we go. Again, these areas, when we are approaching these areas, I'm looking to enter trades. It doesn't mean as soon as we hit the level, I'm going to be entering a trade, but it means when we're approaching it, I want to be looking for a potential position. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Arriving in the balaclava. That sounds like Sea-Dog. He's so mysterious. Yeah, he is. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. He likes that. He likes just getting down to it, though. You know, I like the fact that with this community now, I can, you know, if someone really is providing a lot of value, then a lot of groups. There was a guy in another group, and he got one of the biggest groups in the entire world. He got banned from the group, and I put it in the Discord. He got banned from the group, and there was loads of Trustpilot reviews on this guy's trading group saying where'd this guy go, where'd this guy go, where'd this guy go, because he was providing really nice analysis, and he got removed from the group. Whereas this group, you know, I know someone who provides unmatched knowledge in the space, and so creating an environment where he doesn't have to. He was never like sort of public or anything like that, but creating an environment where he can just do what he's best at and just get down to it. He doesn't have to worry about sort of, you know, growing whatever or doing whatever. He just wants to, you know, be a part of the group and grow that way, and fostering that environment. I think it's a really cool byproduct of the community which we've got. You know, if I feel someone's got some incredible value to give, and they're willing to do so, then definitely. He's the Stig at Cole's Trades. Literally. I feel like getting a little Stig out. Oh, that's a sick idea. Wait there. Get a Stig outfit for C.Arg at the event. He comes up on the little platform and just reveals himself. I'm gonna pitch that to him. I'm gonna message him after this. How you doing, Stig? He's gonna be like, Stig, what do you mean? I think you've got the wrong person there, Max. I'm gonna be like, no, I don't. Get the outfit ready. I think that's a good idea. 100% KT. 100%. Okay, guys, I think we're going to finish up the live there. If you do have any further questions, then please don't hesitate to drop me a message on Telegram. I'm going to be getting back to all of the messages after this. If you're not involved in the private group, click the link on the YouTube description. Drop me a message. I'll personally respond. This is To put it bluntly, this is the best trading group to be a part of. Best trading community, in-person event at the end of the month. We're the only trading community doing in-person events. I think that speaks absolute volumes. So anyway, guys, take care. Have an amazing rest of your night. It has been a pretty rough day at the charts today. Price action hasn't been the best. So I hope you've learned from it, you've made it through, and you're ready for some really nice price action ahead the rest of the week. Anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you all in a bit. See you in a bit, Craig. See you in a bit, DB. See you in a bit, Katie, Graham, Ken, Chris, Chief, How Energy. Who else have we had in here? Tom, Graham, Smithy, Jason, DB, Curtis, Los Blancos, Heath, Graham. And by the way, Curtis as well. I think he's in the Discord. Definitely, he's got great knowledge. Definitely atting him and speaking to him. He has got a really good knowledge and super nice guy as well. So you'll see him in the lives, but definitely speaking to him more. But yeah, anyway, side note. See you in a bit, Drew, Alan, Craig, Daniel, Steph, Reto.